Hello Ratlings and welcome back to my house. At this point we're going to be working on doing our rafters for this roof deck here. After we get the rafters done, we're going to be doing the roof deck on top. We still have to do our fascia for that part of the roof and the fascia for the upper part of the roof here. Hopefully we have all the fascia for the whole upper part of the house done before this weekend. We have a couple of dry days and we're hoping to use them to get our underlayment on. So we just got done installing our bird blocking here over our front porch. So all that is just regular blocking, but instead of being a solid piece of wood, it has holes drilled in it and then a steel mesh over it as well. So all that it is for is so that when we put the roofing material on and we put the soffit under that, air can flow through those two layers so that no moisture builds up and it doesn't rot out. It's just so that once everything is sealed up, there will be a path for air to move and dry out that space. So that's bird blocking. It's just a ventilated block is all. Just now we moved the scaffold in place. What I'm gonna be doing is cutting in notches in the outside two rafters so that we can put in our outlookers. It's just a piece of 2x4 that holds up the eave of the house over the rake edge. The rest of our house has them, so you can kind of see how the roof pokes out beyond the wall. What's holding those up is the outlookers that we're about to cut in and install. All right, so right now using the lift today, we're getting the fascia on the upper parts of the roof. We're also correcting an error that we had made earlier. We didn't overlap the plywood over the fascia far enough, so today we're blocking in behind that so that we can get the plywood nailed down along the edges. We have to put this blocking in anyway to get the soffits made, so we would have had to do it eventually, but now we just have to do it before we put our underlayment on. So that's part of today as well, using this thing. Sorry about the roofing in the rain.
Oh, wow. Gotta get that, man.
Yeah.
Last time. The screw's holding it up right here.
Yeah.
That screw right there is holding it up. That's going in reverse.
Yeah.
I've got it a little bit. There, we got it. You just hit it. Yeah. Yeah, I had a great time. Skied 100 plus days here.
Yeah.
Fun ski outdoor. Got one right there by the bar.
More than I needed, but I just wanted to make sure.
The mud that we're in?
Well, it's kind of like mud or rock.
Yeah. He looks pretty entrenched, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the green room. I'm sure we've seen it before, but now it's all framed up. So I was talking to John at Lincoln Blocks about, you know, what type and thickness of lumber I should use to frame this place up, and he's like, oh, you can do 4x4s everywhere. That'll be enough for all these loads, for the roof, for the beam, for the posts, everything. And I went to buy 4x4s, and all of them were bent, like very banana style, bent and twisted. They were 100% of what I looked at was complete trash, but the 4x6s were good. So instead of 4x4s, I bought 4x6s for everything. The rafters are 4x6s, posts, beam, all of it 4x6. So we spent Saturday putting this together. Everything is with recessed fasteners up at the top. It's hung in recessed fasteners. Posts are in that way too. And right now, you can't really see it, but over here, you can see this one on the end, the 2x6. That's painted brown. It's matching our aluminum that goes over the top of our rafters. The tops of the rafters are all also painted that same color, so that when we put the polycarb on and then the aluminum over the top, we're not going to be able to get back up there to add color or to stain it or whatever. So I figured right now we had to do that before we put the polycarb on, before we put the aluminum on, because otherwise when you look at it from the outside, you'll see the aluminum and then you'll see bright white pine to the right and left of it. And I just didn't want that long term. So we spent a little bit of time painting the tops of those and getting that done. And now we're about to install a polycarb and dry in this space. This is the last place in the house that needs it, and I'm excited to not have a river flowing into my house every time it rains. Just prepping the polycarb sheets to go into our green room. So on the top we have to put an aluminum tape that just kind of seals it, and then on the bottom gets a vented tape, which I've already got on this sheet. After the vented tape, we get this aluminum U-channel just to cover the end to make it look nice and clean. Alex put holes all along the bottom of it. These are weep holes, so if any condensation gathers inside of the sheet, it will drain down to the bottom through the vented tape and then drip out of these holes, so we don't end up with like cloudy, fluid-filled polycarb sheets. So this one's already got the vented tape on. I'm just putting the U-channel on, and then I'm going to move on to the next one. I have a few more of these to do, and then after these are done and Alex finishes drilling holes in the top cap pieces, we're going to start installing them and getting them up and finish off the last room in the house that currently doesn't have a roof on it. And then we'll be totally dry, mostly.
Do you have to be very precise with it?
I do, because normally you're supposed to be using tape for this thickness of panel. You're supposed to use 1.5 inch tape. I have 1 inch tape because I think they missed the tape in the order, so I had to go and buy something near me because I didn't want to take the 2-hour trip to go back up to the manufacturer or distributor. So my tape is thinner than it's supposed to be, so I do have to be pretty careful on how I put it on. But it's working okay, especially after we get the aluminum U-channel on. That really kind of traps it in. But yes, I do have to be careful. It needs to go up more. Come out more. What are you doing? love Phillips head screws.
Yeah.
Generally, a generational curse upon that man.
Bob, make me nervous with the ladder. Yeah.
Good.
I don't like how that looks.
I got a nice little like lean going. You really didn't like that?
No, it's just like not just the lean. It's then the ladder wobbles.
Well, yeah, because I had hooked my foot under it, so I was using it as a brace.
Still not making it any better.
Oh, fuck me. God damn it. Stupid. Alright, we have to pull the panel off. I just slipped and punched a hole in the polycarb sheet that we were installing. And I would have rather have not done that, but it's okay because we need a partial sheet for the last section anyway. So we were planning on cutting up one of our sheets regardless. So this one that I just put damaged will work just fine over on the end. So we had a couple guys, Logan and Porter, out here today finishing up the ice and rain. So you can see the entire roof is covered in a product. There's a lot of different types, different brands, different names, but what it is, it's an ice and rain barrier. So they're layered at the bottom up. So starting at the bottom and then one on top of that, one on top of that, one on top of that, all the way up the top to the top of the house. They do the backside and then they cover the top. So it's got like an adhesive layer and then just like a water ice barrier on top. What this is for is just to make sure that when it's raining or snowing or whatever, the inside of the house stays dry. It protects the plywood, the roof deck itself as well. So this is the first layer that goes on after the roof deck and goes underneath the metal roof itself later. But for now, this is enough to keep us dry and keep us protected. So I'm really glad to have it on. It's gonna give us a break, basically, from the wet and the rain and make sure everything stays nice inside.
Come here. Come here. Like and subscribe.